And good morning, everyone. We are currently in Clayton, Georgia, heading up to War Woman Creek for some trout fishing. Really hoping that we can get some kind of catch and cook going, especially if we catch enough. But pretty much it's just going to be a trout fishing trip. That's really all it is. We're stopping, getting some ice, getting some, just kind of some provisions for the stream, just because it's going to be a little bit off the beaten path. Nothing too crazy. So my dad's going in, he's buying a bag of ice, just so if we do get some keeper trout, then yeah, we'll put them in the cooler, clean them, cook them, eat them, whole 9 yards. So if you guys like the content, feel free to stick around, like the video, subscribe. It's free, really helps out the channel. If you like any of the stuff that I'm using, check the affiliate links down below. It helps support the channel and gets you guys a discount. But let's go ahead and get right to it.
That keeps landing on my face.
Probably a mayfly or something.
No camping. There's a sign right there where they won't let you camp.
Oh yeah. There you go. All right. All right, so I'm going with a little BFS right here. Heard that. All right, I got drag set. Set her a little bit lower because I am running 6-pound braid right now with a 4-pound fluorocarbon leader, and so I'm not seeing anything in the initial shallows. So I'll go ahead and step on down here. So because I'm not seeing anything in these initial shallows, I'm actually going to wade a little bit here. It's really, really important to stay like very slow moving whenever you're wading, because you never know what you're going to accidentally spook. There we go. Oh, there's little brookies. There's a little trout in there. There's a little trout in there. Yeah, there we go. Nice, so my net is easily accessible. I had 3 instantly follow me. They were little brookies.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't eat. They were just following. Trout will just seemingly come out of nowhere. So it is very nice. Oh, yep, there's one sitting in the stream. Right under that rock right there. So let's see if we can't get him. So they're pushed up feeding right now to another area that's a little bit more flat, but also there's very heavily oxygenated water in this area. So I would imagine people in their trash. So something that I like to do is to actually cast off a little bit. So I'm not going to immediately walk up to the water's edge and just cast. And there's a very good reason for that. This is really clear water. If I do that, these trout can very easily spook. And that's going to ruin my chance of catching these fish. So I'm going to take a couple casts. And then if I want to, I can come down here and start walking down a little bit more. So here's some of that heavily oxygenated water. Let's just kind of cut across it. See if anyone's home. See if there's any big Sheilas. Or sorry, little Sheilas. So just like bass, trout are ambush predators. They try and ambush and eat whatever they can. But here's the thing. These buggers are a little smarter. And usually, oh, there's one. Oh, that's a keeper rainbow. There we go. There we go. Oh, and he popped off in the net. He popped off in the net. Look at that. Oh, come on. Don't hook yourself again. You already popped off once. Yeah, he came out right out of the rocks and ate. He pretty much about middle of the hole came out and ate. Okay, they are no longer following, so I think they have become the wiser, I guess. I guess that's the phrase. Ooh, that is a beautiful hole. All right, let's see if we can't get down there without breaking a rod or an ankle. So to get back up, I'm gonna wade the creek. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so little areas like this that are hard to get down. So like old folks won't want to do it. So it makes it very inaccessible for the retired crowd, which makes it really good for me. Okay. So I'm going to walk down and do that in a second. I'm actually going to turn right here and do this. So there's a couple blowdowns right here. Oh, that is not a great cast. There we go. A lot of this is about to be too shallow to really fish, so I'm going to go ahead and just walk it, even though it might be spooking a few fish that are here. This is going to be more of an area for small trout and suckers. That, and also this is completely inaccessible from either side. But I am still going to look on either left and right side. I'm going to take any preliminary casts that I can, and then that's about it. And then what you're going to do is being as careful as you can. Go ahead and head on to shore, again, as best as you can. And then work it cross stream as best as you can. I doubt there's going to be anything in the white water. That's why I'm fishing this a little bit haphazardly. I'm more worried about the sitting areas that are further down. That's mostly what I'm worried about. So this is actually a beautiful teaching moment. So this creek area is fast moving water, and that creates an area where food, kind of like a food highway down the center right here. And off to the right and left, trout are gonna sit because food is gonna get deposited and pushed over there. See how there's so many branches over there and whatnot that have been deposited from this little highway right here? That's where the trout are gonna be sitting. But trout have also learned to not sit on this bank because it's mostly sand and soft soil, which does not make for good sitting areas for them. So we're just gonna cast across there, and we're just gonna act like food. But also this is really oxygenated water for them. So we're almost gonna treat this like a bubbler or some kind of aerator for them. And this is a beautiful little area for them. And trout are so heavily camouflaged in mountain streams, they will just kind of appear out of nowhere, it seems. Like, it genuinely just seems like they appear out of nowhere sometimes. And they'll shoot out from underneath rocks and all sorts of places to eat your bait. Exhibit A, I just got hit over this little area. So I'm gonna cast it again. He might not come back now. So I think I stung him. So we'll make the same cast, replicate. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, it's a little stocky. There we go. See, I told you guys if I was casting there and I was working it, like I told you guys, it would result in a fish. And what did I say? It resulted in a fish. So we're just gonna make that same cast, and now it's just replicating, seeing what we can get to eat. I'm really hoping my dad is seeing success because he's one of the founding people that taught me how to fish initially early on. And so seeing that he gets success is really big for me. And there's an offshoot creek right here. So this is what's called an offshoot because it's literally going that way. And trout will go up those. So if you have waders, it's a really good idea to fish those. But you see, faster moving water into a deeper pool. And you've got 2 feed ends right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to cast in these slower moving areas. And that should result in a fish. Especially a little further down near that tree. But I'm gonna come back and fish that. I'm actually gonna fish this offshoot. It has been years and years since I have fished this area. So pretty much everything has changed in terms of appearance, trees, all sorts of stuff. How's my drag? Okay, perfect. Oh, something just hit topwater down there. So, all right. So, what's nice about these stringers is I've got them attached to my belt loop, and it is allowing these fish to swim just a little bit. All right, so I'm starting to step into deeper water. So I'm gonna go ahead and fish this and then backtrack and do that little fork. So if you guys see footage in that, then I caught something. If you don't, then I caught nothing. I just ticked bottom, but it felt like something else. Okay, stringer's still attached. That's something I like to make sure of, is that the stringer's still attached, because these trout can't move very well, so they do eventually die on the stringer. All right, let's push a little bit back. So that is one of the nice things about fishing with BFS. It is really easy to speed up. So say I want to burn up, get any kind of chasers to really commit, I can do that. I can kind of chop reel instead of just straight retrieve. It's a little bit easier to do that. So there's a little delta pool right here that I am going to go ahead and fish here in a second. So this little delta pool right here is a beautiful little area to possibly catch a trout in. And again, that's because it goes into completely calm water. And that is something that a trout really likes. But if you're someone who really prefers a bait caster, BFS is an amazing thing to try and get into. Cast King, they have the Zephyr, and then they have the Kestrel, and then the Kestrel Elite. The Kestrel Elite just has a magnesium frame and a lighter spool. But if you're going to get into BFS, go ahead and drop a little bit of money on it. So I would honestly go ahead and get with the Kestrel, which is what I'm actually using right now. Personally, I just like it more than the Zephyr. I've used both of them. They're great reels. The Zephyr is much more affordable, but if you're looking at getting into a specialized bait casting combo purely for light lures, then you have the money to do that. You have the money to spare. So personally, I would just go ahead and save up for something that's a little bit nicer and go with the Kestrel. They did send me this combo, just as a full disclosure, and I do work with them. So if you guys want to, you guys can click my link, and I believe it is 10% off, but it will save you guys money. And you don't even have to buy the Kestrel. You can actually buy anything else. Just use that link and use my code, and it will save you money on whatever you buy on Cast King's website. Same thing with any other brand. Any other brand that I have on there. For example, I use Reaction Tackle line. So if you guys are looking for some really nice braided line, ooh, I nearly fell. Holy crap. I need to be way more careful. Let's go ahead and cast in this area. I'm using Reaction Tackle leader and Reaction Tackle braided line. So if you guys like that line, you guys can use my code and pick yourselves up some. Really amazing line, American made, American owned. Okay, so no followers, so what the heck? There was a trout just sitting right there that I spooked. Don't know why he was just sitting there, but he was. So, here's one of those odd areas with trout that you can actually catch them in. Is this little kind of white water area, because it is not super fast moving, but it is fast moving enough that it pushes really rich oxygenated water into their ecosystem. So fishing these can be worth it, but I would not personally spend too much time at them unless you're at a spillway. At a spillway, this can be a really high percentage area, but again, usually you're going to end up catching hognose suckers and things like that. So just keep in mind with that. There's a car toy right there. That is really daggone weird. So whew. Oh gosh darn. Heckity heck. So something that you can also do is let your lure drift as well. Literally just drifting down with the current can be something that's really great. I actually really wonder how my dad's doing in terms of fishing. Wonder if he's caught anything yet. And if he's caught anything, how many? Okay, so oh, beautiful cast, but no fish there. Oh, something just hit right there. Come on, drift it again. Didn't have the hook set. Might be here about to catch our third, guys. I was scratching my chin. Oh, that's a good one. I actually saw him come up and try and eat it. And that is why you run braid. Right there. There we go. Come on, stay down. Stay down. There we go. And another. Ooh, another rainbow. They keep popping off in the daggum net. I'll be. Here we go. Yeah, being slow with some of these holes is honestly the key to actually getting some fish. If I had to bet, he has a buddy there as well. But he pretty much ate right as I came over. There's a little crevice right here that I can imagine several trout like to sit in. But areas like this, anywhere can hold a trout. Especially back there. Say 3, 2, 1. Oh, dadgummit. Nothing. Okay, still got the stringer. Okay, thank God. Thank God I didn't have to ruin that hole. Because that area 100% holds a fish. There is no doubt about it. If there is one in this area, he's going to be right there. That's just how trout work. Trout are some of those creatures that you very seldomly see vagrancy with. They're pretty consistent with the types of areas that they want to go to. And so if you can understand how they move and what they want to do, especially in mountain creeks and streams, you're gonna catch fish. Or at the very least see fish. Not necessarily catch them, but I can't promise that one. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. I'm very tempted to throw on a trout-colored crankbait and send that over some areas. I also have a suckerfish colored crankbait as well. Oh, God bless. That one trout that I just caught is still swimming around. Like, I'm talking like actively causing a ruckus. All right, so that little under tree area, I'm 100% going to fish that. And I'm 99% sure I'm going to catch something out of it. Oh, I am so glad for these waders, I'll tell you that much. If I don't catch something out of this area, then the world is against me. Oh, that's the cast I wanted. That's the cast. What? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Oh, dadgummit. Oh, that is crazy. That is actually crazy. Nothing? Nothing? Okay, where are those at? There they are. Really? Really nothing? Not even a follower. He's crazy. Okay. Ooh, there are all kinds of rocks right here underneath my feet. All this, such good fishable water. But it's also really, really accessible. So at one point, I am sure that fish were here. Pop, 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 pop. But now I'm not so sure. There we go. So we're gonna fish this little area really well because it's one of the last sitting areas before some rapids. Oh, my blade just deflected off something. Probably a rock, but I didn't feel it is the thing. Oh, there's that kingfisher again. Okay. Ooh, that is really good fishable water. I don't know if I'll be able to make it over there. But we will see. Because this is really good fishable water right here. And also really good water to sleep with the fishes. Oh, my whole arm just got wet. There's that kingfisher again. Yeah, so this water is not as oxygenated. Oh, there we go. Oh, he had it. He had it. Oh, hello there.
How many you got?
3.
I got 1.
Well, hey, there you go. You already got them in the cooler?
Yeah. Time the date got around for it to stop, the temperature had gotten over a certain point and they don't stop. They won't stock if the water temperature is above a certain point.
But I waited this entire little section through here.
That's why you were able to pull 3 out.
Yeah.
Hey, you hit all the little places nobody fished.
This is future Ramey voicing this over. Keep in mind this little hill right here in this little section of water because I slipped, face planted on the actual hill, and then proceeded to fall into the water. So just keep that in mind for this next upcoming clip.
All right, so we got a little mid-morning stock up, kind of a little refuel. Got myself a Starbucks vanilla double shot.
Snack time.
3 Musketeer. I'll tell you one thing. 3 Musketeers, I grew up eating. A little slide there. But I grew up eating this. Little thing with the actual video and whatnot that you guys did not get to see because my camera didn't capture it. It cut out right there. But I actually took a little tumble at Unicoi State Park. I face planted on the cliff that you guys saw. Well, not cliff, but drop off. And then I proceeded to then face plant in the water. And that footage of me falling and whatnot got corrupted. The first like 4 seconds of it. But where are we heading to now?
I think we're gonna go to Dixon Waters Creek. It's a good place up by the ranger station. There's some big water, some good deep holds. So that'll be a lot of fun up there fishing.
My dad grew up trout fishing a lot of these waters that we're going to. It's been probably around 7, 8, 9 years since I've fished a lot of them. And so because of that, I'm having to kind of relearn some of these creeks. Not necessarily the fishing aspect, but some of the creeks I'm having to relearn because I don't know them very well. But hopefully the good fishing continues. Unicoi was a pretty big bust, but it's very
too much pressure.
Too much pressure. There's a lot of people there who were already fishing it, and so I think that's probably what factored into a lot of it, especially considering it's so easily accessible and it's a state park. A lot of great bank access, very shallow, and a lot of areas are not very difficult to fish.
It's a small stream.
Yeah, so it's very kid friendly. But areas that are kid and elderly friendly are not areas we need to be going if we really want to catch fish. Because places that are not easily accessible means less pressure. And that's also true for bass fishing. So if you guys are wanting to get on some good fish, look for those hard to get to areas. Look for those creek areas. The areas that you wouldn't really think might hold bass, but they definitely do. I'll tell you that much. But we will see you guys whenever we get there. I'm actually drying my chest rig because it got wet. I got completely soaked. My waders filled up with water. My phone got wet. Everything got wet. I'm really happy that the camera is completely dry. Huge shout out to Insta360 for sending that to me. I have absolutely loved it so far. But I will see you guys on the flip side whenever we get to Dixon Water. Are there more falls up that way?
No, but there's more down.
More down, oh, okay. Howdy. Mind if I fish this little corner? No. All right, awesome. Whew. Oh, pardon? 4. At Earl's Ford. A different creek. We just got here. There he is.
Got him?
Oh, there we go. Come on.
You put on there.
Jerkbait. Oh, it's a brown. Really nice brown. We're playing for keeps right now. Whew, that is a beautiful fish. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah.
That is a beautiful fish. Just a couple twitches, and there we go. Huh? Yeah, a little jerkbait. Whew, a little shad-colored jerkbait.
So we've been sitting. I can't believe you caught that first cast.
Oh yeah, Little shallow jerk bait. I'll show you guys the lure in just a second. Oh, something just hit again.
There's a bunch of them in this hole.
No, I know.
We probably stocked it 2 days ago.
Here, let me. Come on. Rooster tail. I'm fishing a little jerk bait.
One of those that look like a baby trout.
This one kind of looks like a little shad. What have they probably never seen before? Okay, that just looks like a cricket. So, honestly, I just put that little cricket lure on. Oh, get smoked.
Did it hit you?
Yep, big rainbow. Just came up and hit it broadside. And it looks like a distressed cricket.
Is it float?
Nope, it just goes subsurface. There he is. Oh, 2 hits.
He hit it.
Yep, didn't have it though.
Well, that lets you know crickets would be the bait. Natural bait's what they're looking for.
Well, there's so much artificial in here. We went up a little ways and right back to it. Went ahead and dropped my trout off at the cooler. 5 total in the cooler. I'm at 4, so I'm halfway to limit. All right, choose your side, I'll choose the other. All right, are we going down from here or up from here? Okay, I'm just trying to figure it out. Hey, Dad, there's 4 just sitting in this hole. Watch jerk bait. See them? See the movement? Yep. Oh. It's a little rainbow. Got him.
Juvenile, it hasn't developed its coloration quite yet.
Oh, that is how you get a hook in your finger.
But I'll show you those brookies have like a blazing orange color underneath.
Okay, they're starting to eat over there. We're gonna take my spinning rod and put it up. And we're just gonna walk the creek with my bait caster. So one of the main reasons I'm waiting this is because not everywhere is fully accessible from the bank. That's the main reason. All right, so this little area right here is really difficult to fish, especially fishing properly. With how many trees there are down here. Okay, so I'm getting a little bait fish following. I'm not getting what I want, which is a trout, which is literally right there. If I can get him eat, that'll be the eat of the century. Oh. I've probably spooked him at this point. There's just not enough casting distance to not spook him. Now we're going down a little tailwater, and these little tailwaters can hold some great fish. And oftentimes, some of them have never even seen people, except for people like me, who are willing to go and fish them. They're not just pulling right up off the road and yada, yada, yada. People are actually wading them and walking them. There we go. There we go. That's another. There we go. Sorry if I keep swatting at the camera. There's so many bugs back here. And I am sweating bullets right now. Because it is hard work getting through these rocks. These rocks are absolutely killing me. Okay, so this little area right here, if there is not a trout that is 20 inches or more in here, in this little pocket, there we go. Oh, that's a big. That's big. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Got him. Oh, that's a big. That is a big right there. Instantly came up and killed it.
Yeah, I caught one.
You keep them?
I can't get a hook on.
I'm coming. I'm about to show you something too.
Catch a big one?
Good size one. Look at that little joker.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
So you got 3, and then how many you got in the cooler?
I'm at 7 total. Okay. All right, so that is an extra 3 right there. So 7 on the day for me, and a total of, I want to say 3 for my dad. So that's a total of 10 fish. For me, my brother, and my dad, that is going to be more than good enough eating. So don't know if we're going to go to another water because I'm already 1 below limit, and my dad is 5 below limit. So we're not really sure if we're going to go for more, but If we do, it'll mostly probably be catch and release unless it's him. But anyway, if I don't see you guys again, at least fishing, we'll probably be cleaned back up at home. Then I will see you guys at home and we will get started to eat these amazing fish. Love trout. So see you guys then. And we just finished getting all these completely cleaned up. I couldn't show you guys the process because I didn't want to get hit with guidelines. YouTube's being really weird about stuff like that recently. So I went ahead and got these guys all cleaned up. Just clean, pretty much standard like a trout. Skin on, leaving everything else intact, and just opening them up on the inside so that we can cook them for the most part whole, just minus the head and minus the entrails. And speaking of entrails, I went ahead and put them all in this bag. And what we're gonna do with those is I'm actually going to put them in our pond and just give something for our crawfish to eat, our turtles, bass, stuff like that. So nothing is going to waste. And pretty much all we're gonna do right now is I'm going to go ahead and hit these guys with some salt and, well, actually rosemary salt, which is dried up, ground up rosemary and blended into some just regular salt. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that on all sides and the insides, and we're actually going to cook these guys tomorrow. My dad and I are pretty much exhausted and we already have dinner plans, so we're not going to go ahead and eat them right now. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So if you guys kind of want to take a little bit of a look down in there, it is pink salt, but it's also mixed with rosemary and stuff like that. And I basically put this thing on everything. So we're just going to salt each side on the skin. And then we're also going to get in there as well, just so we go ahead and get a nice and crispy skin. Just because there's nothing better than some good old-fashioned crispy skin. But my right hand is going to be my clean hand that is going to be going into the seasoning and whatnot. And my left hand is going to be the dirty hand. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and move so you guys can see everything a little bit better. So we're just gonna go ahead and give these guys a little flip. And we're just gonna hit the other side with some salt. Just a generous sprinkling of salt on the skin, just to go ahead and get that skin nice and crispy and get some nice little flavor in there. So, and then we're just going to add a little bit of salt on the inside. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. So we're actually going to go ahead and put this into some kind of container, and we're gonna put this in the refrigerator outside. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and take this on outside. Whew. To the garage fridge, and oh, why is there birdseed in the refrigerator? Oh, there we go. So as you guys can kind of see, the harvest has been a little bit hectic so far with vegetables, and that's probably what we're going to cook with this. It's some squash, maybe some zucchini. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cleaned up, but as you guys can see, that's about all I can do for right now. So I will go ahead and get everything cleaned up, and I will see you guys tomorrow whenever we're getting ready to cook it. And it's the next day. Went ahead and got these trout salted yesterday, just so you know they'd have time to work in that seasoning. Got some of my usual rub that I actually usually put on barbecue, but today we're going to be making a compound butter, or at least a seasoned butter out of that. Nothing too crazy. I'm probably gonna rub these down just like usual and then make that compound butter. You guys are going to see the whole process on that. Yeah,
there's
I see the
one
browns in
brown,
there.
there's a brown, there's a brown. There's 3 brown trout in there.
Yeah, we got plenty of those. So I'm gonna get this butter melted down a little bit, just so it's nothing too crazy. And while we do that, we're just gonna kind of come over here. I'm actually gonna get myself a cutting board to do this on. And we're just going to line these out pretty much exactly how we had them yesterday. So my mom's actually going to be making some fried okra out of okra that she cooked in her garden. So you guys want to show the camera that? So that is grown okra. And if you actually want to step aside, there's some more vegetables that we grew. There's some more vegetables we grew. I could probably go in about every fridge in this home, yes, multiple fridges, and say, and more vegetables we grew, and more vegetables we grew. Well, I say we, but it was mostly my mother and my brother who've been doing all that. And as usual, clean hand, dirty hand. So, one hand touches the fish, one doesn't. And we're just giving that a nice old dusting. I mean, it's a pretty basic brown sugar barbecue rub. It's nothing crazy. So that butter softened up perfectly in the microwave. So take clean hand there and just add some seasoning to the butter. So what I am gonna add is I am actually gonna add some lime juice to this butter, and also spill some on the floor apparently. And there's my mom getting the okra nice and chopped up just into those little medallions. Pretty much just how we like it.
Making oven fried okra.
Oven fried. So not deep fried, just oven fried. So
Healthier version.
right, and that's pretty much going to be the consistency, at least whenever it hasn't been in the refrigerator for a little while, that I'm looking for. And that's just gonna allow for me to easily put it on top of this fish while it's cooking. All right, and out to the Blackstone. Go ahead and get that off and going. Whew. There we go. Whew, that is absolutely perfect. So we are gonna go ahead and get that propane and propane accessories going. So, all right, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice little area right there. Let's turn that down to a medium heat and just go from there. So we're gonna let that get hot while we're in the kitchen.
Egg wash with a little bit of milk, and this is Parmesan cheese and panko with salt and pepper.
All right, awesome. So I went ahead and got my board set up. So we're just gonna go ahead and bring this nice and outside. All right, so everything that I've got out here, I've got my Blackstone spatula and my fish turner, just so in case anything sticks or anything's going weird, I can just use that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the heat down. Apply some nice old extra virgin olive oil, just so nothing sticks. Get a nice solid coating. And give ourselves a nice gentle lay away. Right there. Right on direct heat. Want some nice and crispy skin. And that's the goal. So I'm gonna go wash that hand real quick. So now we're just gonna go ahead and butter up. Just get a little bit of butter on each. Nothing crazy. And that is just going to melt down. And gradually cook in there. You need a little bit more love, don't you? All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and close this lid, let that steam, and we're gonna go ahead and take these dishes inside. Hoping in the coming months that I can actually continue to do catch and cook style content like this, but what I'm really hoping for is that I can do catch, cook, and camp content. Just right now, it is currently the summer in Georgia, which is where I'm located, and we actually just got out of a heat wave where it was the actual high day temperature was 100 with a very, very, very high humidity. And so that's not exactly very fun for me to be in. And so we're kind of waiting for things to cool down. But once things do cool down, I'm going to have a couple more camping videos, some catch, cook, and camp, some like multi-day fishing trips, things like that. So you guys can be on the lookout for that. All right, let's go ahead and check on these. And these are doing absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. Nice golden brown. Just the way we like it. Not a single thing sticking. A nice, beautiful color. Whoop, whoopee. Almost got rid of the best part on that one, which is the skin. I absolutely love the skin on trout. So definitely trying to save as much as possible. But look at that. Look at the color on that. A little bit of char on that one. That one will be mine. I absolutely love it. So we're gonna keep on letting this cook. And oh, I'm actually going to move some of these bigger pieces right there, which is a fresh heat zone. So hopefully those will cook a little bit faster. Some of these other ones, they only have a few more minutes and they'll be done. So the okra is not actually done yet, so I'm actually moving all these to the cold side, or at least as close to the cold side as possible, just to keep these guys warm. But look at how good they look right there. Oh, just absolutely beautiful color. And let's go ahead and get these suckers off. Ooh, bada bing. Bada boom. Mr. Worldwide, we gonna step into them. That is what we want to see right there. And here we go. All the food right there. And there's the oven fried okra. All right, and here we go. We went ahead and got all that going right there. Nice little plate. Beautiful fish right there. And we're gonna go ahead and try this out some real quick. I would say give props to the chef, but I'm sitting right here with him. And we're gonna go ahead and try some of this okra. So I'm just using a little bit of burger sauce, which is mayo, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and some mayonnaise, all just equal parts of each other, mixed together. As always, Mom did a fantastic job with the okra. But one of the main things I love about eating trout is the skin. It is absolutely fantastic. There are no scales, nothing like that in the actual skin. Nice of you to join us, Deb.
Thank you.
And the meat is incredibly flaky. But I'm gonna enjoy this meal with my family. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And as per usual, have fun catching fish, people. Peace.